We're on climb 2.
Climb 2?
12 miles long.
Oh my.
2,400 feet gain.
Oh my.
So close. That was some good stuff.
So welcome to this episode, everyone. For this adventure, Leah and I traveled to the wonderful state of Virginia and spent a week just outside of the Harrisonburg area. On this particular ride that you're going to see today, we headed to George Washington National Forest with the goal of climbing to Reddish Knob. So this climb is pretty neat in that it's not only attractive to gravel riders, which is what we're going to do in this episode, but also there's a paved road up to the top of it, so roadies may like to tackle it, and there's also some wonderful Rocky Tech single track coming right from the vista itself down to the bottom that mountain bikers seek as well. For this adventure though, as stated, we're going to be on the gravel bikes, and we're going to tackle this climb from the bottom all the way to the tippy top. It definitely was a lengthy climb, but the payout made you forget about that quick, as you had a beautiful 360-degree view all around the Reddish Knob area. Let's jump into the adventure and you can see for yourself. If you want to stick around at the end, I'll give you some tips if you plan on adventuring here yourself.
Onwards and upwards.
What's up?
We're gonna be.
Our entire ride?
So we started our journey from a parking lot on North River Road for the White Oak Trail. Stretch pavement first before we hit some gravel. And then the death climb starts. The Wahoo just only climbed 2 of 7 starting. It climbs 12 miles long. Let's go. 12 miles long, 2,300 vert. North River Road was a good way to ease into this route as it started off paved and was pretty gradual to get our legs warmed up. We're on climb 2.
Climb 2?
12 miles long.
Oh my.
2,400 feet gain.
Oh my god. Wait, did you say 12?
12 miles.
12 mile climb.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Let's go. Coming up the good old Todd Lake. Roll into here. Get on some gravel. Switch back up. So after about 3 miles on North River Road, we made a right-hand turn towards Todd Lake on Leading Ridge Road. From here, the road switched to gravel, and we were treated to our first major incline of the route. Gravel! Ooh. It's the first good grade. So as we went onward and upward on Leading Ridge Road, along with the scenery changing, the surface of the road also changed a few times too, getting a little double tracky in spots and a little bit rougher and chunkier in certain stretches, which would foretell some of the surfaces we would see later. A little bit of a change of scenery already. So after a quick 500-foot gain, Leading Ridge did kind of level off and eventually even gave us a downhill finish, which brought us back out to North River Road. I think this was North River Road again. So that was Leading Edge Road we were coming out of, a little detour. This is the same road we started on, I believe.
Did I make a wrong turn? That's supposed to be going downhill.
There's more up now. More up starting now.
Oh, good.
After rejoining North River Road, which was now gravel,
we had about 5 miles of gradual, smooth, buttery gravel goodness to get us to our next intersection.
The mountain up ahead keeps seeing smaller and smaller. That big right-hand switchback coming up.
This right-hander onto Forest Road 85 would take us towards our destination of Reddish Knob, and boy, she was chunky.
Oh, chunky.
While leaving North River Road, we also left our nice grade that we had been treated to so far, and we went from around a 5% average up to a 10% average for most of this first stretch of Forest Road 85.
Where's it say? We did like 2 or 3 switchbacks. So there's got to be a teaser view coming at least or something. Went around the last switchback. More climb. E-biker's attacking again. He is not being merciful.
So at this point, we had been climbing for nearly 15 miles. We kept looking at each other thinking like, man, usually with a climb this long, you get a little teaser view at some point. But we still had yet to see the trees open up and give us a nice view so far. But we knew it was coming eventually.
Going up now.
But that eventually would have to wait, because every time we turned a corner, it seemed like there were just more and more up and up and up. At one point though, we seemed to have crested the top and even enjoyed a little bit of a gradual downhill to boost our speed for a bit. And shortly after that stretch, we were treated to our first little teaser view out into the expanse. That was a great view for sure, but we couldn't hang around too long because we still had miles left to go to get to the penultimate vista of Reddish Knob.
Got our wish, got the first teaser view back there. It's a nice one. Well, buck. So now we're starting the third climb. This is going to be the last one, 4 mile, not the last climb, but the last 4 mile push up to Reddish, I believe. Could do without this chunky stuff. It's 0.8 miles left on climb 3. There.
At this point, we knew we were close, as looking down at the Wahoo, you could see the final switchback and the little curly Q that would wrap us right to the tippity top of Reddish Knob.
Last push to the official summit.
And the last stretch of pave has all kinds of road graffiti on it and makes you really feel like you're climbing in the Tour de France or some other big roadie climb.
So close.
And as you come around the final bend and get to peer over the guardrail, this panoramic view does not disappoint.
Ew. Ew. Whew.
So just adding to this beautiful moment even more, once we got to the top, we realized we had it all to ourselves. After taking in the view, having a snack or two, taking some pictures, we then went on to start our 10-mile descent back down Briary Branch Road, back towards our car. Hitting this intersection, if you're looking for more adventure, you could continue straight onto that gravel towards Flagpole Knob and eventually take Union Springs back down into the town as well, and that would give you an all gravel route back to the car. For our adventure today, however, we descended down the paved road Briary Branch all the way to the bottom where it intersects Tillman.
Still dropping.
And eventually, after you're just about sick of going downhill, you eventually hit a right-hand turn onto Tillman and back onto the gravel we went to finish off the ride with a section of rollers back towards the car. After about a 6-mile stretch on Tillman, we eventually hit a right turn back onto North River Road, where you make a quick right after that into the parking lot where our car awaits us.
That was some good stuff.
So after relaxing in the lot for a little bit, getting some grub in our bellies, we eventually made our way to the natural chimneys. We saw signs for this on the way in and decided to put it on our list to check out when we are leaving, and it did not disappoint. It was a neat little spot, definitely a cool place to look at. In addition to the chimney rocks, there were also restrooms and picnic tables here, so you may want to move your lot hangout time to this park instead. So hope you enjoyed that one. As you saw, and maybe you know already, beautiful area down there and so much to do. We spent a week down there riding, hiking. We even got out on the paddle boards on some of the mountain ponds. It was just a great time. Highly suggest it if you haven't visited that area. You have George Washington National Forest itself, and then if you're looking for some nice hiking, Shenandoah National Park is just about a half an hour from this area as well. So you're kind of centrally located in the midst of a lot of beautiful wilderness to explore. If you're interested in visiting this area yourself, I'll post our routes down below and some of the other ones that we did while we were here as well. You could also check out any of the sites you would use to locate new trails, Trail Forks, MTB Project. Most of the stuff is loaded onto there. If you want some advice from locals, you can stop at the Stokesville Campground. The campground host there, if they're open, has a lot of knowledge and trail maps posted of the area. You could also head into Harrisonburg if you're looking for some local advice. The one local bike shop that we visited, I believe, was called Shenandoah Bike Company. They were very helpful, had maps there you could purchase, and employees that were willing to share their knowledge of trails and local rides also. There's definitely some good coffee to be had in Harrisonburg as well. Broad Porch is a high recommendation. And Chestnut Ridge Roasters had an awesome setup with pour overs and just some good tasty beans to sample if you're looking to get some liquid fuel while you're in the town. For food while you're in Harrisonburg as well, definitely check out Jack Brown's for burgers. They were delicious. Kind of goes without saying with a lot of these big tracts of forest, but cell phone service was pretty limited, so you may want to have
some sort of satellite communicator, or at least have maps and whatnot and routes downloaded before you get to the lot of where you're going to start your ride. More than likely, not going to have service there. As far as paper maps go, National Geographic makes one of the area that was helpful and useful for us. It's the Staunton Shenandoah Mountain one, which is map 791. Check that out. 791 is the one you want for this ride that we did, because there are 2 of these maps that cover the George Washington area, but you want 791. The other one is a little bit north of Harrisonburg. There's another tract of the forest up there as well. So that map may be useful, but for this particular ride, you want 791. That's going to be it for this one though. So until next time, coffee, cycling, take both. We'll see you out there.